We've received an SOS from Pizzaplex. Gregory is trapped in the mall with a bunch of killer animatronics, and your mission is to find him and get him out of there safe and sound. Hold on to your flashlights tight and hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss anything from Five Nights at Freddy's. We're gonna tell you 15 hidden details from the first trailer of Ruin, the DLC for Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. In FNAF Security Breach Ruin, we will return once again to Pizzaplex, but as a new character known as Cassie. If you look closely, the protagonist girl sneaks into the mall entrance, which is now completely abandoned with newspapers covering the entire glass. This shows that what happens in Ruin occurs at least months after the events of Security Breach, which, in addition to everything being destroyed, it seemed that several people sneaked into the building to leave graffiti and markings. Throughout the trailer, we can compare various game locations such as the hair salon, the kitchen, or entrance areas that in Security Breach were in good condition, and now in Ruin they are destroyed and abandoned. If Security Breach broke with Five Nights at Freddy's and took place in a single night, it seems that Ruin will happen at least partially during the day. In the main scene, we can see Cassie sneaking into Pizzaplex, and if you look at the top, you will see the sunlight coming in through the broken glass. We can even see a tree outside. The problem and the reason why the trailer looks so terrifying is because Pizzaplex is no longer what it was, and its interior is totally dark and full of unpleasant surprises. Throughout the trailer, you can see a bunch of new gadgets that Cassie will use to rescue Gregory. The first one we see is a kind of tool to hack devices. It has an adjustable wheel and can be attached to devices to control them through two sticks. It seems to have another secret utility, but we'll tell you more about that later. The mythical flashlight from the base game also returns, which helped us move through dark areas and whose batteries needed to be recharged from time to time. This here is the new security camera situation with much better quality than Gregory's Fazwatch, but without the possibility of having it anywhere. With it, we'll be able to see nearby security cameras. Lastly, we have a Roxanne's walkie-talkie, which will allow us to keep in contact, at least with Gregory during the adventure.
Gregory, run!
Just as the passage of time has deteriorated the Pizzaplex building, it has also affected the appearance of the animatronics. Their new design reminds us of the withered animatronics from other FNAF games, and they're much more terrifying. After Gregory destroys them in Security Breach, Roxy, Chica, and Monty return with a more terrifying look than ever. The endoskeletons that chase you when you don't look at them. The service robots, although this poor one here looks like it can't move much, and the sun and moon animatronic from the nursery are also back. All of them much scarier than before, but one of them seems to hide a mysterious secret. So if you look at the new face of Roxanne and compare it with the one she had in Security Breach after Gregory removed her eyes, you'll see that both the shape of the face and the jaw have suspiciously changed. It is speculated that Roxanne is trying to rebuild her face and remain as beautiful as ever, but the most important detail is in her eyes. If you look at the empty sockets, you'll see 2 points that suspiciously match Cassie's new hijacking machine. This leads us to suspect that at some point we may actually be able to hack Roxanne to remove the virus that infected her in Security Breach and put her on our side. This could happen precisely in the scene where Roxanne is grabbing Cassie's arm. We've been talking about Cassie for a while, but who is this character really? From what we've learned from the promotional poster and trailer, she is a girl with supposedly brown hair. She wears a pink sweater, glow-in-the-dark sneakers, green nails, and bracelets on her wrist. The most important fact is that she knows Gregory, and Gregory knows her, so the relationship between both kids seems key to the plot. Her name has set off alarms among FNAF fans because Cassie can be related to the name of the mysterious character Cassidy, one of William Afton's victims, and who is supposedly the soul of Golden Freddy in the video games. Security Breach has several different endings, but which one of them really fits with Ruin? Given that Gregory is still alive and at the mall, Glamrock Freddy is destroyed, and Vanny is dead or missing, the ending where the robots dismantle Freddy and Vanny and Pizzaplex is closed until further notice would fit. That would explain the newspaper enclosure in Ruin, without everyone being completely reduced to ashes, as occurs in the ending where Vanessa and Freddy fall from the top of the building, or the one that was believed to be canonical until now with Burn Trap, although this last one could also be feasible as long as only the bottom part of the pizzeria was burned and not the entire mall. In this ending, Gregory and Freddy escape, so for it to be possible they would have to return later to Pizzaplex, which we doubt very much. One of the favorite animatronics from Security Breach was Daycare Attendant, the animatronic that transformed into sun and moon depending on whether the light was turned off or on. This time, there won't be any light to turn on because everything's destroyed, so it would make sense for Moon to take full control of this animatronic. But there's a problem. The damage to the body could have caused Sun and Moon to take control at the same time, creating a new personality of the character that mixes both facets. Internet users have named it Eclipse, referring to when the moon gets in front of the sun, just like what happens with the face of the character. One of the most criticized points of Security Breach was that some of its jump scares weren't really that scary. It seems that Steel Wool has taken note and gone one step further. It's likely that some character deaths will proceed with more elaborate scenes, like in this one where Cassie tries to free herself from Monty, struggling to prevent his jaw from closing, but she ends up being killed anyway. At one point in the trailer, we see how Cassie puts on the mask that Vanny wore in Security Breach, and as we suspected, it wasn't just a fun bunny suit. This object already appeared in Help Wanted with not much use, and in Ruin, Cassie uses it to be able to see in the dark. Moreover, Vanny could emit interference that made it so that Gregory and the animatronics couldn't see or hear, so it's likely also useful as camouflage. In Ruin, the mask doesn't seem to affect Cassie, which initially would rule out her being a robot. Just as at the end of the Security Breach trailer, a mysterious purple claw appeared. In Ruin, we can see a glitched rabbit. Among the numerous speculations, it's believed that this rabbit could be the missing Glamrock Bonnie, Burn Trap, Glitch Trap, or even Mimic. We believe, however, that it's William Afton once again, who after so much time trapped in Pizzaplex could have evolved his digital form and is now a much more powerful Glitch Trap. Thanks to the tales from the Pizzaplex books, it is believed that the transfer of human Afton's consciousness to the digital was through the artificial intelligence animatronic Mimic, which copied all his behaviors before dying. The definitive clue that it is a new Glitch Trap is the pose and shape of the hand, very similar to how we saw him in Help Wanted. Glamrock Freddy, the animatronic protagonist of Security Breach, seems to have been left out of the trailer this time. Or not. Many have noticed that in this shot, you can see the body of an animatronic buried under debris, and it seems to be the same Glamrock Freddy. The lighting may deceive and the colors may change a bit, but of the band of the four, he's the only one who has the lower part of his legs tinted in a single solid color. So we would be looking at a nearly destroyed Glamrock Freddy, or a new and mysterious animatronic. We stick with the first option though. We know that Gregory is trapped in Pizzaplex, but we don't know how long he's been there or in what condition his body is in. But judging by the state of Pizzaplex and that it's been papered with newspapers, everything points to a considerable amount of time having passed. If he's still alive, it's likely that the theory that Gregory is a robot is confirmed. And like the rest of the animatronics are kept functioning, Gregory too. Another theory is that the voice we hear is fake, which would completely change the story. FNAF Ruin could be a trap to lure Cassie using Gregory as bait. Glitch Trap would be emulating the voice of the Security Breach protagonist to ask for help, thus attracting Cassie's attention. At one point, Cassie tells Gregory to run.
Gregory, run!
So it's not just a recording, and Gregory, or someone pretending to be him, holds conversations during the game with Cassie. In any case, it is in doubt that it's the same Gregory because we have not yet physically seen him. In one of the shots of the Pizzaplex kitchen, you can see a sort of drinking bird with the colors of Glamrock Chica. This object could be a special collectible, like the Collog in Zelda. The use of security cameras in Security Breach has been improved in Ruin, now making it much easier to switch between cameras by moving from one to another in order. What do you think of the FNAF Ruin trailer? Have you found any more hidden details? Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything about Five Nights at Freddy's, and check out our latest videos from the series here. Greetings, and until next time.